Before this video begins, I would like to warn you, this is number 5 in this series. If you want to go see number 1, it is down in the description. Adios. But hey, this TV looked cool, so I took it too. Then with the TV in my hands, I guess my loud stomping had attracted a few zombies. Remember, I am fat. So I dropped the TV and I dealt with them as any man would. Since I am so skilled, I one-shotted all of them. And it was now time to decorize my trailer. It was looking a little better. Even though it was almost 8 and I had the rest of the day, I figured this place would make a pretty good stop. I almost died from one of these, so I proceeded with caution and I killed the zombie that was inside. I figured I could repair my engine a little bit, so I pulled it inside this garage to get it out of the rain and get me out of the rain. Then going to get my tools, I set up my new radio and got my tools. But I was extremely stupid and couldn't figure out I needed the wrench in my inventory, so I decided to clear out the house instead. Which, it was actually completely clear, except for this lady. I swear, what is it with zombies and staying in bathrooms? The reason why I really wanted to stop was so I could exercise freely. I knew I was going to be out of energy once I did exercise, so I couldn't really fight any zombies. But for the rest of the day, I exercised and exercised, until it was finally time to go to sleep. Then I accidentally walked into this closet. It don't really matter though, don't make fun of me. But I went asleep, making it day 31. I survived for a pretty long time already, and we actually made it a month in. I wouldn't figure I would last this long. There was a few barrels in the garage, and I knew I could store tons of fuel in them. Then I tried to shimmy my way by, but I'm too fat. I threw the barrel inside my trailer, and technically I could store all the gas I ever needed. But I don't know, it seems too easy having this much fuel. Maybe I would get rid of it, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe you guys should tell me. Then, while I was transporting fuel over, this zombie popped in. That would have been bad if I didn't realize sooner. But I killed him, and filled up the barrel. Well, I stayed here for a day, so I decided it'd be best if I get going. Then I accidentally hit this, knocking over a zombie. That was funny. But my main reason for going this way is I knew there was an antique oven, or whatever they're called. So I found one and stole it for myself. I knew when it came winter, I actually needed a way to warm up, and this would be my way. My trailer was looking pretty good now. It still needed some work, but it looks pretty good. I noticed this house and it looked extremely clean for some reason. There was no zombies around, so I decided to sleep here for the night. But it had a few things I wanted, like that deer head. Now my base was looking even cooler. Absolutely nothing I wanted, except for this would make a pretty good weapon if my axe ever broke. I stole a little bit of food inside and put it in my trailer. You always need food after all. But for the rest of the day, I read my book and went to sleep, making it day 32. There's no time to waste, so I was back on the road. I'd probably be saying that a lot, actually. I was in the area and I made sure to stop at the local gun store. And with my new SMG, I mowed down the people. It was a pretty good gun, but it really couldn't hold a lot of ammo. Only 15 rounds like a pistol. But no, I wasn't gonna complain. It did its job amazingly. The doors were locked, of course, so while I was getting my crowbar out, this zombie jump scared me. That's a little rude, don't you guys think? Well, no one does that to me, so I chopped off her head. Before I started hauling in all the loot, I wanted to get in this back room. So, like last time, you guys can watch me hammering over and over and over. Of course, no door too strong, no door too, I don't know. I just got in eventually. I attracted a zombie and he was now knocking. So I decided to answer. And turns out it was a whole caroling group. Awesome. And this guy needs to lay off the cheeseburgers. There was still many zombies inside, so I had to get rid of them. Freaking weirdos. They're kind of retarded though. Don't know why they're trying to go through the window. They lined themselves up pretty good, and I just gunned them down. Well, I had ammo for days now, and this stuff was weighing me down. So I wanted to get rid of some ammo, but I was gonna do it in a funner way. And I didn't really like rifles. Yeah, they were powerful, but they caused too much noise. But it was close to nighttime, so I spent the rest of my day exercising and eventually going to sleep, making it day 33. Well, the first shot was fired, and I missed. And the second I missed too. But I got the third at least. Well, this is why I don't really like rifles. You can see a horde was coming in. I guess my SMG was more quiet than I thought. There's now time to waste some of this ammunition now. I don't know if I have enough for all of them though. Yeah, 100% not. And the bad news is there were so many of them, I would miss 99% of my shots. It's okay. There was just a few zombies though. Nothing I could have handled, right? Right? Okay, well, it was becoming too much at this point. But I still had some more ammo. I had to prove my dominance. I've probably only taken out like 10 though. 99% of the shots I would miss. Maybe I wasn't skilled enough for the rifle yet, so I switched to my handgun. And it did just the same. Couldn't kill anyone. I decided at this point it would be best if I got out of Dodge. So I waved the crowd goodbye and I drove off. Also, since I exercised yesterday, I was in severe pain. So the pain plus fear made me a terrible shot. And I was gonna camp here to get off the pain, but a few too many zombies showed up. So I used my gun to distract them, got in my car and left. This place would have to do though. There was no zombies in sight except for that one. I ran over a few zombies and my hood did not like that. So I'd have to repair it. I'd taken a few painkillers and the pain was definitely going down a lot and I could feel it kicking in. But I decided I had enough of that rifle, so I put her away for another day. And I was running out of water. I drank more water than a horse on a hot desert day. But luckily I had a little bowl, so I poured it into my canteen and it would have to do. There's no reason to keep going. I could sleep here for the night. But I had a bag of shotgun shells and I opened them. 250 bullets. That's a whole lot of shells. But I couldn't load a single one into my shotgun. Awesome. But hey, I remembered I had a water jug. So that was actually awesome. For some reason, when I poured it into my canteen, it disappeared. So I did it again, and it actually worked. Well, it was now late. So I had myself a smoke, loaded my gun, and headed to sleep. Making it day 34. For some reason, I have noticed that it rains a lot. For some reason. I don't know why it rains this much. I passed by my old aim training buddies and headed down the road. Got a little hungry, so I made myself a pit stop, and this zombie came too close, so I had to go down a little bit. And while I was eating, this zombie came close also. I knew most likely I would have to fight another horde. So I wanted a Molotov to throw it in there and watch him burn. So I needed to gather up all the materials I needed. I figured this alcohol wasn't going to do the trick, but I probably had something in the back. Next I would need cloth, and these zombies looked like they would donate their clothes to me. Zombies are nice, right? Yeah, see, I told you they were nice. So I stole his clothes, borrowed his clothes. Then driving down the road a little bit, I noticed another herd, and there was a survivor zombie. I made sure to take a good look at what he had. Last time I didn't do that, well, you guys know. I wasn't in pain, and I wasn't too fearful of this little group, so I took them out pretty easily. But the naked women kind of caught me off guard, so I missed a little bit. But my good old reliable axe was always there. I'm glad I stopped, because this girl had 25 shotgun shells, and a sawed-off shotgun. Of course, she also had a bit of food and more shotgun shells. I knew there was a little town down the road, so I decided to go there. Hey, don't judge me. The roads are slick, okay? It's not my fault. I was lagging. Yep. Don't worry. Eventually, like I was saying, eventually I will get good at driving. Just not anytime soon. I made it to the town, and there was actually a person here. I haven't seen a living person for, well, ever. I got out, immediately wanting to help her. So I attempted to, and with a full magazine, I only killed 2 of them. Well, this was gonna be tough. She had now got herself surrounded, and she was a moron. She ran into this zombie, then ran back, then ran that way. I don't know what she was doing. All I knew is there was zombies on my tail. and all the guns I had were back in my truck, which it was surrounded. So I led them over here, took down a few more zombies. That guy had a nice coat, and just a few more. Almost got grabbed in the process. But with my last shot, this guy, well, he ate it. Now out of bullets, I got back into my vehicle and drove off. I ate a little snack down the road, and I was finally now losing weight. I'm still obese though. It was not late, but I found these yellow shotgun shells, and I couldn't use them either. So I went to sleep, making it day 35. Today, it was foggy, and I hate the fog. Like that was gonna stop me though. I grabbed the gun I used weeks ago and all of its ammunition. Might as well practice reloading while I'm here. Eventually, the fog looked like it receded enough, so I loaded my gun and exited my trailer. Turns out the fog hadn't disappeared enough. I'm sure when I go down the road, it'll be gone. And it was. My hood definitely was a bit bruised now, if you guys can't tell. But don't worry, I won't crash ever again. Really? Oh hey look, it's the horde I left behind. Man, what is it with zombies and loving me? Well, bad for them, I didn't love them back. So, it was time to mow them all down. Plus, this ammo was taking up so much space, who cares if I was, wasting it all. Plus, it's rather soothing listening to the gunfire. Just pleasant to the ears, like, you could probably fall asleep with this. But of course, there was a downside to all of it. I would shoot for 3 seconds, and reload for 3 minutes. But it was worth it for those 3 seconds. Don't get me wrong. Hey, one of those nasty little critters had a pair of sunglasses. They were mine now, but I was most likely never gonna use them. They sure did do a number on this gas station, and I was hungry, so I took me a break and ate me some food and drunk me some water. I reloaded my gun a little bit, thinking I was done, until I noticed the group. Come on, man. I was gonna go chop down some trees. But, gun versus zombie, I think gun wins every time. Well, all that zombie killing has worn me out, and it was late, so I decided to go to sleep, making it day 36. And waking up that morning, it was delightful, because I could finally make that Molotov. And since I was morbidly obese, I exercised. After that nice workout, I was gonna explode from heat. So I took off all my clothes. Don't judge me. Pink socks are worth it. Well, it was only 5 and I like to go out by 6 when the sun rised. So I wasted a bit of time sorting my stuff and eating a bite. But 5:50 would have to do. Plus, all these zombies wanted to move in or wanted a taste of my bullets. I don't care which one. I'd give them my bullets no matter what. Yeah, how do you like that, zombie? I could finally now cut some wood. The original plan was to replace those boxes with my own boxes, if you know what I mean. But that was too much work, and I was fat. And this guy had the same exact coat as that other guy. I would have took it, but it didn't really have good protection. He did have some car keys though, and I was gaining quite a collection. Also, I feel like I say "but" too many times. Maybe I just have a thing with butts. But, I mean not but. I needed to move up a little and conquer the upper town. All these zombies were hungry for bullets too, so I gave it to them like all the rest. I don't know why you would want to eat lead, but hey, if you're into it, I guess. Hold up, I'll get to you guys in a second. Okay, your guys' turn. Gosh, man. Can't a man just have a smoke? Give me a break. And as I was gunning down these zombies, I noticed this awesome van. Could have the replacement parts I needed. And of course, I dealt with these zombies too. Don't think I didn't. Everyone needs their fair share. But as I was reloading and walking back, I could have sworn I heard a zombie moaning. The freaky zombies. Hey, he got himself stuck. But I really wasn't into that step-sis stuff, so I just shot him instead. Well, I'd cleared out all the zombies and it was time to reap my reward. And dang man, was this place stocked to the brim. They even had a nice bathroom, which I could finally get water. But look, they had a gunsling. Now I could put the gun on my back and it wouldn't break it. Don't you guys love gunslings? Okay, look. Protection is protection. Who cares if I look like a moron? Kinda glad I didn't build those boxes now because I realized these had enough storage. So I put one in my base and I emptied out these boxes. Would have to move them out, but I needed to make room for the new ones. Bye old friends, I won't miss you. Well shoot, my trailer was looking kinda good. And I had so much room now I could actually store all this ammo. But it's a lot of work, so it became night. And I went asleep, making it day 37. Day 36, it was foggy and rainy, like every single day. But who cares? I can play fashion show now. And I didn't really like any of these backpacks, so I decided to keep this one. Man, all this clothing is making me extremely hot and extremely wet. Sounds a little weird, put them together like that. So I took off my okay, well, that sounds even more weird. Look man, don't judge the pink socks. They're comfortable, okay? But I heard some zombies nearby that I missed, so I killed them. But my feet had boo-boos on them. I needed my shoes back. Looks like I forgot a few zombies. But don't worry, I dealt with them. Oh great, another locked door. You know what? This time, I was gonna break it in one hit. Technically two. Oh yeah, trust. Alright, well, I just spent 5 hours sorting all this. Oh hey look, it's 5 hours later. I already had slept in my trailer, and technically this wasn't the same place, so I slept inside, making the day 38.